So good evening, you wonderful people, or good morning, or good afternoon, or good whatever it is for you if you're watching on the replay. If you're here live in the Facebook group, if you're watching me on LinkedIn, make sure you're linked in with me, by the way, Ross Grant on LinkedIn. Or if you're watching on X, formerly Twitter, whether you're live or on the replay, thank you so much for being here. If you're on the replay, though, just drop me a little hashtag replay in the comments below if you're on Facebook, or just drop me a reply on X, formerly Twitter, to let me know that you caught up on the replay. Because I'm just trying to figure out, like, stats of who tunes in where, and, like, you know, I'm thinking of maybe mixing this broadcast up a little bit this year. I've been going live at 9 p.m. till 10 p.m. every Monday night, practically every Monday night, for free in all of these places. It's got to be over a decade now, and I'm like, I don't know, do we mix it up a bit? Do we do some different times? Do I change the format of how we do this? Do I bring on some, like, you know, guests to talk to? Do we just do, like, open Q&A? It's going to do a lot of Q&A tonight. I want your opinion on a lot of stuff, actually, folks, to do with the acting industry and just the wider world in general right now. Just sort of like the zeitgeist, how you're feeling. You know, are you feeling motivated? Are you feeling inspired to sort of chase your acting career dreams, or are you feeling a bit deflated? It's something that I spoke about in a podcast this week that I'm going to play you a little snippet of later. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should mix things up a little bit this year. Or are you guys all fine with us just doing, you know, the same times, the same sort of routine? I might even start going live on YouTube as well, because I want to get the Acts on This YouTube channel going a bit. I post content to YouTube for free, like, practically every week as well. So I want people to go and watch that, you know, whether you're a member of actsonthis.tv or not. There's just loads of stuff we're putting out that I want to get more eyeballs on this year. So thank you for being here. Let me just dive into the comments here on Facebook. Let's see who's in the house. I've shouted most people out. Indy, Matt, thanks for being here. Ison, thanks for being here. Bobby's in the house. Nick's now here. Natalie is here. Maya rhymes with fire. Is here as well. What are you saying there, Bobby? I'm attempting to get a film and series made again. Makes the sign of the cross. God willing, Bobby, I'm sure you will get that. You will get that film or that series made, mate. Let us know. Post in the Facebook group if you like. You know, you're looking for help and stuff, or you're looking for actors. I'm sure lots of people in this community have a lot of knowledge. Will be able to help, or maybe collaborate. Sally Ann says 8 p.m. is better for me. Maybe we might move it a bit earlier. Sally Ann, you never know. And Josh says my Corrie episode airs at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Josh, we cannot wait to watch it. Josh has had some pretty good press around his Coronation Street episode. I don't know what it is. I don't know what happens in it, Josh, but I know Roy Cropper, he's having a bad time of it right now, and it's something to do with you. I don't know if you're the bad guy or not, but you're at least on the scene when he's not having a great week anyway. So, yeah, everyone look out for Josh Chadwick, member of actsonthis.tv. I think it was directed by Debbie Howard, a guest we've had on actsonthis.tv as well. Talking about how you land roles in Coronation Street. Josh basically acted on Debbie's advice within the actsonthis.tv session and then landed a role on Coronation Street. Just saying, actsonthis.tv. Basically, you act on the advice that we give out every single week with our special guests. You will just find it impossible not to make massive progress in your acting career. Honestly, I just did a podcast this week. We're dropping an episode of Table Talk for members of actsonthis.tv this Thursday. It's a member-only podcast that I produce with producer Petch, who works for Acts on This as well. We do it once a quarter. And we were saying, like, honestly, you don't have to, and I don't want to make it sound too simple, but you don't have to do that much more than many other actors, because so few actors are doing anywhere near enough in their career. They'd be too afraid to reach out to Debbie, Josh. They'd be too afraid, you know, even though she comes on Acts on This, she does a 2-hour Zoom with us, tells all members to reach out to her, send their show reel through. I'd be surprised if 10 people probably did it, because everybody's just shit scared of things going wrong. Like, you know, and those who do that little bit more than everybody else rise to the top. You don't have to be esoteric, like, you know, some sort of like godlike talented figure to work regularly and earn money out of your acting career in this industry if you understand the business of the business and you act on it. So that's what Acts on This is all about. So we cannot wait to tune in, Josh, on, when do you say, was it Wednesday night, mate? 8 p.m. this Wednesday. Boom. Well, I've got no live broadcast this week after tonight's, so I will be able to tune in, mate. That's wicked. Natalie says swinging between both, to be honest, taping and not getting the job. Oh, you mean so sort of like swinging between feeling good and not. So you're taping, you're not getting the job, but you're still taking action, shooting 3 new scenes for my reel on Friday. Well, Natalie, that's just a wicked opportunity to act as well. If you genuinely get fulfillment out of acting, you going and shooting 3 scenes for your reel should leave you, you know, finishing the week strong, and you'll probably be buzzing. because you come away from having actually done the job. You know, regardless of whether it's on TV and you're getting paid thousands of pounds for it, you're doing the thing, you know, that makes you happy and fulfills you, I hope. And then that thing that you're doing there will compound, and hopefully the material you'll get will lead to opportunity where you will be able to get paid £1,000 to do it on TV. So fair play to you. Keep going that, and make sure you post the showreel scenes in the Facebook group or in the private community on actonthis.tv. For those people who are tuning in and you're like, you keep mentioning actonthis.tv, what is it? It's this website. I've been running it for 14 years now. Every week I sit down with the biggest casting directors, agents, actors, writers, directors, and producers in TV. We host private Zoom calls just for our members with these incredible special guests and teach you really how to sign with the best agents in the business. That was last week's session. We had Niki Winterson, CEO and head agent at Winterson's top London agency. Week before that, Kev Boyle. Lots of members of Acts on This. This is why you get an Acts on This membership for stuff like this. Kevin Boyle. I did an episode of Coronation Street with Kev recently. He was the director on it. I was in it. And I decided I would bring Kev on actonthis.tv to basically go over exactly how I landed that job. So we played out my self-tape. Kev critiqued it. He said what he liked about my tape over the other 4 that he got from other actors, why he chose me for the role. We then played the scene out that we shot, how we shot it. Kev died into it all, and he was so open to hearing from actors that he gave his personal ITV email address out at the end of that session. I cannot give it anybody. People have asked me for it who are not members of actonthis.tv. GDPR says I can't give it you, and I don't think it's fair to give it you unless you are a member, because those people who have paid to be a member of Acts on This, and it's dirt cheap, it's basically £6.75 a week, they got the email address for being there. You know, it's in the replay, the full replay that's on the site now. But so many of you guys have reached out to Kev, and I've been amazed by the replies that Kev has sent to people. People have been screenshotting me and showing me the emails Kev has sent back, like real in-depth emails. He's watched your reel, he's critiqued it, he's given really encouraging words of advice and stuff. And, you know, people have had emails back saying, listen, I'm going to keep an eye out for you for my next block of Coronation Street or Emmerdale, you know, and I'll see if there's anything in it that I can audition you for. So well done for those people again who took the courage to email Kev. We had Mike Gibson from Stranger Things on. Week before that, Melissa Johns, BAFTA winning director of All Creatures Great and Small. Jordan Hogg on the week before that. Basically the best names in the game. But I want to play you out a little snippet of what you missed if you didn't see the session with Niki from Winterson's last week. I've got a mashup here that I'm going to play out. Just what a great chat. If you're here live, what did you think of Niki's session? Because I just thought she joined us from LA. She's out in LA hustling for her clients at the moment. She's a London-based agent, but obviously works on both sides of the pond. And joined us. She'd been up since 2 a.m. UK time, and by the time she joined us it was 7:30 UK time when we did the session. So it's night time here. It's daytime still in LA. She'd been up like God knows how many hours, and like still delivered. And she was just lovely and so enthusiastic for her actors, hustles, works really, really hard. And although, you know, Winterson's is a boutique agency, so to speak, you know, I don't know exactly how many clients they represent. I'd imagine it's, you know, probably just over 100 or so. There's a lot of agents within that agency. You get a lot of people working for you if you sign with Winterson. So this session that we did was really how to get signed by Winterson's. We reverse engineered 3 of her recent clients, why she signed them. We went through everything, email, what Niki needs to see from you, you know, to take a chance on you, whether you've got loads of, you know, experience yet or not. You know, Niki wasn't bothered about that. If you are good, it doesn't matter about your experience. If you can prove to her via a self-tape or something that you have a lot of talent, she'd be more than happy to, you know, to watch your stuff and potentially rep you. So I'm going to play this out now. But yeah, I want to know if you were there, what you thought of it. Alex says Niki was great, so in-depth, acted on advice and emailed it. Nice one, Alex. And honestly, I mean, I don't know if you'll get a reply necessarily straight away because she's probably still in LA, I think. But let's play a little bit of this out. Now, here's the disclaimer. Last week when I played a clip out, and it could have been down to royalty-free music, but like I say, it's never happened in over a decade of doing this. The stream cut. I don't know if Facebook have suddenly got like really protective over, you know, copyrighted music, although I have the license to every piece of music that I use in my edits. I don't know if Facebook are aware of that, because obviously how can I prove that before I play a clip out? So I'm going to play this now. If the stream cuts, don't worry, I will come back on. I will create a new video in the Facebook group, okay? Facebook.com/groups/actonthistv. I will create a new video, just refresh the Facebook group a few times, and I'll start again. I really hope I don't need to. I'm hoping it was just a one-off last week. I'm going to play this. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and let's see what happens. But this is the session with Niki Winterson. The full 2-hour chat is available instantly if you become a member of actsonthis.tv, along with another 140 or so sessions with the biggest agents, actors, writers, casting directors, producers, the best names in TV, basically. Fingers crossed, this plays. CEO and head agent at leading London agency Wintersons, it's Niki Winterson in the house. Niki, thank you so much for being here. How are you? So tonight we are going to dive in to Wintersons. I want to pull the curtain back on the agency, Niki, and just basically tell everybody here all about it.
We're unusual because we work one list at Wintersons, so it's a combined list.
Right.
Although people have specific responsibility for different areas, so you get a lot of people working for you at Wintersons.
Got to give a shout out to your client, Melissa Johns.
Let's see disabled creatives winning awards for their exceptional talent.
What was the thing where you're like, I've got to have this girl then?
She's just beautiful. Everything about her is sunshine. You just go towards it.
Let's have a look at a few of Winterson's clients then and reverse engineer why you signed them, Niki. Let's talk about Adjis. So this is not a new grad.
I don't know if you've seen his spotlight, but there's nothing on it. There's nothing. What I'm saying is, don't think for a minute that whatever state you're in or wherever you're at, or, that there won't be someone out there for you, an agent out there for you, who will work hard for you and try to make those breaks.
We're going to look at approaching Wintersons the right way, Niki. When emailing an agent, what should I put in the subject line?
Call it representation inquiry. Just make life easy.
The 3 most important things to include in my email.
It's a spotlight page with a show reel.
If I'm looking to change agents, should I mention why I'm leaving my current one?
Personally, I would not put that in writing.
What do you 100% have to see from an actor to have an interest in meeting them, Niki?
She also suggested that there are very much tiers of representation when it comes to agents.
Is it better to be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond?
You should be in a big pond and trying to be a big fish. I still wish every actor knew that the in the boutiques is equivalent to what you'll get at the larger agencies.
actonthis.tv, get a membership, basically, get access to the full session. I think I'm still here, haven't I? I don't think I've been cut off. I think we're good. So fingers crossed. The music that I used in that clip is good for Facebook, and Facebook are like, all right, yeah, I will let you use that now. Yeah, I love that session with Niki. Honestly, it was 2 hours of literal sunshine because Niki joined us from LA for that session. If you are looking for a London agent and you have been struggling, you don't know how to approach London agents, because the advice in that, yes, it's for Wintersons, but it will apply across the board, to many other London agents and just agents across the country. Do dive into it. You'll find in the members area as well, maybe 20 other sessions with 20 other agents within the industry, from the very, very top London agents to smaller boutique London agents to the Manchester agents, across the board, just solid, great people. So if you are looking for representation in 2024, that's on this.tv, dive in the members area. There's an absolute shed load of advice there from the best names that are out there. So yeah, it looks like we are still live. Everything is good. Andrea Watson, howdy, how are you? Thank you for being here tonight. So that's number one. That's what I wanted to just play out straight away. This Thursday, I've not got a live broadcast. I'm going to be dropping a member-only podcast for you guys who are members of actonthis.tv, 10 a.m. this Thursday morning. Our first Table Talk episode of 2024 will drop. It's a 2-hour mammoth. As always, we face the controversial topics head on. Every time I do one of these Table Talks, I'm about I'm all about honesty, transparency. Sometimes I'm like, should I censor myself? Should I not really sort of go off on that? And I always just go, no, just tell the truth, basically. So we cover an awful lot in this Table Talk. All of the scandal that's recently happened around certain agents in the industry, people kicking off on Spotlight, Equity, fake self-tapes, all of that sort of stuff. Plus just everything that's been going down on actonthis.tv behind the scenes with me and Petch, basically trying to run our own lives. This is a business as well as our own acting careers, all the jobs that we've done. Luckily, what's nice at the moment is there's a lot of jobs that I shot in 2023 that are going to air on TV in 2024. The show that me and Petch did together called Wreck for BBC Three actually starts next... when is the 26th? Is that... It would be next Tuesday, innit? I think that's right. Next Tuesday night, the 26th of March. I think me and Petch might be in episode 1 as well. I'm not going to spoil the surprise for you, but yeah, that's coming out. So we talk about that, and we just talk about all the burning issues, basically, that we see members of ActsOnThis.tv and actors in the wider community having. You know, you only need to like scroll down Twitter a couple of days a week to see all of the issues that are coming up for actors in the industry. So it's an interesting podcast. It will drop for you guys at 10 a.m. on Thursday. I don't know if I should play the trailer out now for that or save it for a little bit, because if the music on that ends the stream, maybe I should play that out like at the end as a little tease. Let's have a little chat beforehand. But yeah, that's going to be dropping this week for members of ActsOnThis.tv this Thursday. And I've got a list of things here that I want to discuss with you tonight. First thing is self-tapes. I want to try and gauge how you would like me to create this mini course that we're going to come up with. So basically, one thing that I think has really upped my booking ratio, I guess, of jobs. I booked 5 really big jobs last year. Well, not really big, just really good jobs in really big dramas. I wasn't the lead in any of those dramas, but they were really big dramas. Things like Fool Me Once for Netflix, After the Flood for ITV, Wreck for BBC. Did that episode of Corrie, something called Toxic Town, a new Jack Thorne drama with Jodie Whittaker, comes out later this year. They were all booked off self-tapes. And one thing that I think me and Petch have absolutely nailed is self-tape setup around the technicality of it, just making them look great and really making them look better than 99% of what other actors are putting in there. One thing Kev Boyle said in that session that we did with him a couple of weeks ago, where we looked at my self-tape for Coronation Street, when I said, Kev, why did I get the job out of everybody else? One of the first things that he said, and you might not even think this is important, but he was like, it was incredibly well lit. It looked good. There was no distractions. And people will be like, oh, but it's not about the lighting. And you'll get lots of top casting directors as well. They'll tweet, it's not about the technicals. It's not about the kit. You know, we just want to see you act. Acting's the most important thing. I know they really mean well, and they probably really believe that. But I'm pretty certain that they won't even be aware, but on a subconscious level, the tapes that they're watching that stand out are the ones that where they can focus on the acting, because there's no distractions. They look good. They sound great. We can hear the actor. We can see them. It looks ever so slightly closer to the real thing than the other 10 tapes that they're getting for that role. So I want to basically put a program together, and I'm just going to call it Great Looking Self-Tapes. Now, there's 2 ways we've been thinking of delivering this, and I want to know from you guys a bit of feedback now, what you would want, basically. And also, the costs of this will change, because one of these ways we can deliver it is in person. And that would require me hiring a room and hiring, sort of lots of stuff and that kind of thing, and lugging kit around. The other way is we just deliver it completely online. But I want to create this program. It's called Great Looking Self-Tapes. It literally just does exactly what it says on the tin. I'm not there to teach you how to act. I will never teach you how to act. I'm not an acting coach. I'm not bothered about any of that. But I will teach you how to make your tapes look and sound great, okay? So we would look at literally every single piece of kit that me and Petch use for our tapes. We would break it down, show you exactly where you buy it from, how much it will cost. It's not super expensive by any means. The whole setup is probably, what would it be, 40, 100, 140, about 150 quid, something like that. And when you think, if you book one line on Hollyoaks of 14 words or more, you'll get £1,000, If you're prepared to spend 150 quid invested in your self-tape kit, I think that's a really good investment. You're going to be able to shoot a lot of tapes for the foreseeable on that 150 quid. But we would show you every single piece of kit, where you get it from, and then how you set this stuff up properly. Positioning of things. There's lighting techniques that we use that I know hardly anybody is going to be aware of as actors, as lighting technicians you would be, but not many actors are that. I wasn't aware until Petch went away and researched all this and came back and went, let's test this stuff out. And we went, wow. Remember the first tape we did with this certain lighting setup, and we just went, holy shit, like it really makes a difference. And you wouldn't expect it to, because the thing that we added into the mix was just 10 quid. So really interesting. And also what I want to do as well is within this is show you the editing process as well. So I want to show you some very basic color grading that you can do in under 60 seconds to, again, really up the saturation, the vibrancy of the picture. Again, just to make you stand out. And I promise you, casting directors won't even necessarily be aware that this stuff is having an influence on them because it's subtle. But I'm promising you, it is. It's not a coincidence that we start doing this. And I booked 5 jobs last year. My acting had not improved at all. The year before, I did 13 tapes, didn't book a single job. I didn't understand what was going on. I was like, this is the first year ever in 2023 I haven't worked in vision. Luckily, I did a lot of voiceover, but I couldn't book a job to save my life. My acting didn't get any better in 2023. Yeah, 2022 was when I didn't work. 2023 was when I just kept booking job after job after job, and they're all off self-tapes. And I'm sure it's got something to do with this. So, 2 options for it. And I want to know what you'd kind of be willing to pay as well, because I want to make it very, very fair, not into, oh God, I've seen some shit launched over the last couple of weeks where people are charging you hundreds of pounds for absolute nonsense. I want to make it... We talk about that in the podcast as well. I want to make it affordable. But first of all, how would you prefer it to be delivered? Would you be up for it being in person? And if it was in person, you would have to travel. I would probably do it in Media City in Manchester. And we would hire a room out for the day. The advantages of that are you get to touch the kit. You get to literally learn how to set it up. We will be on hand to show you how it works. And I would probably... There's even an option, I suppose, where I actually just buy a load of this stuff and create packs. So it would be, it would obviously be quite a high ticket thing. It might cost 250, 300 quid for the day, but you would go away with 150 quid's worth of kit. You would basically, I would buy for you everything that you need. So you use it on the day, you set it up, you understand how it all works, and then you take all of that kit away. Now I'm aware people might not need all of that kit. So there'll be some people who are like, well, I like to do it, but I don't need all that stuff. I've already got some of the stuff. So it's pros and cons to it. But that'd be in person. The alternative is we do it a bit cheaper. I don't know, the whole thing might be about 97 quid. And try to work it around that, like keeping it under 100 quid. And it would, obviously no kit involved in that, but it'd maybe be like I'm trying to think how many videos we'd need. Maybe 6 videos. The whole course would probably be, I don't know, a few hours, 3 or 4 hours or so, but you could break it down into bite-sized chunks, play it back as video on your computer and follow it along. There'd be tutorials there. But I don't know, is that something that would be worth it for you? Obviously, I want to make it as high quality as possible, which is why I'm just not going to, put a few videos out for free. When I produce anything, I go to the nth degree and make it as high quality as possible. But let me see what's going on in the comments. Andrew says, I will be up for this. Online will be great. So you've gone for online. Alex thinks he's got everything bar some other lights that we're talking about. What's that, Bobby? Any truth of the rumours that you and Petch are in Magic Mike 3? There's absolutely no truth to those rumours at all. Let's have a look, see what other people are saying here. I'd ideally like it online, but can see the benefit in person. Sally said, would you say not to use a ring light because of the... Yeah, I soft boxes all the way. I've tested out so many types of lights, Sally Ann, over the years. I mean, there's nothing wrong with ring lights, but they're the most basic. A lot of people buy these big ring lights where you can put like your iPhone in the center of it, and that's all right, I suppose, but you can't do anything special with lighting that's coming from one direction, just one point. What we use are multiple soft boxes, and also overhead lights as well. So there's at least 3-point lighting going on in each video. Sometimes we add a 4th, but it's not essential really. So yeah, when you've only got one light source, you can't do anything with it. It's just light straight on. And again, nothing wrong with that. We just want to do things a little bit differently just because everyone's doing that. So for me, it's like, how can I stand out from the other 5, 10 tapes, whatever, they're receiving? And this is one way to stand out if you're all, of relatively equal ability. Let's have a look. Nick says online would be ideal. Now, if we did it in person, by the way, we would record it. We would probably record it to a certain degree. We'd film parts of it at least, so you could take something away. Eric says online. Looks like the majority of people want online. Nick says online. Indra, we're talking about a self-tape course, mate. That the program that me and Petch are putting together called Great Looking Self-Tapes. I don't know whether to teach it in person or just have it on online. And now everyone's talking about Magic Mike. But it looks like there's a lot of votes there for online. Keep them coming through the night. In person would be great for, it says Ison as well, though. I might put a poll out in the Facebook group or send everybody an email if you're on the email list. I will send everybody, an email. If you're not on the email list, by the way, and you're not a member of actonthis.tv, if you just want to get my email so you know what's going on in the community, if you go to actonthis.tv/subscribe, you can get on the email list and you can subscribe to the email list on that page there, actonthis.tv/subscribe. Nat says, given that my combined natural light and kitchen lights aren't scoring the job, I think I may need a boost. You don't have to spend that much, Nat, honestly, either. Like 60 quid on 2 soft boxes, and you're going to need they come with stands. You're then going to need another stand, a boom arm, an overhead light. It's not a lot of kit, really. It's like 3 lights. We can do this all on 3 lights. And it would look, honestly, it just looks so much better. I wish I had I wonder if I can. Oh, hang on, this is interesting. How can I do this while I'm live? I'm going to start a virtual studio here. This is interesting. This could all go wrong. Right. I'm going to press something and hopefully I'm here. I'm going to see if I can play you that self-tape out for Coronation Street. I'll just show you the kind of lighting that we use. It's not crazy. Like, it doesn't, it's not like, I say, dead expensive and complex. Have I got that self-tape anywhere? Is it on Dropbox? Let me see if I've got this Corrie self-tape. I've already played this out publicly and it's already been on TV, so it doesn't matter. We're not showing anybody anything here that ITV would not want me to show. Let's have a look. I wonder if that's it. Oh, right. Okay, this could all go wrong. I'm going to press a button now. And I'm going to see if my self-tape plays out. Let me turn my stuff on here so I can see it on my laptop as well. But this will just show you like the lighting. It's just nice looking lighting. This was just for a rep for a Waterford's brewery rep in Coronation Street. Let's play this. This aired a couple of weeks ago, so like I say, it's not breaking any protocol. Oh God, I don't know. I'm scared. Let's see what happens.
Hiya, are you the rep for...
Waterford's, I certainly am. Nice to meet you, Daisy.
I was about to say rep for Klein and Son.
Ah, so you're not the owner of the Rovers Return then? Crosswires, apologies.
No, it's Jenny who runs the Rovers.
No, Daisy.
I should know. She's my stepmother, of sorts. I've just been with her.
I've probably said too much. Me and my mouth.
Anyway, I better head for the front desk. Wait for my client there.
Well, it's nice to meet you, whoever you are. Boom. I think I'm back. Am I back? I think I am. I don't want to do things on the fly again. But yeah, there you go. I am back. I can see myself on Facebook. So you could see how the background was gradiated. That was 2-point light and something called a key light and a fill light. We then had, I'm just going to get off studio mode here. I don't want it on anymore. We then had, you would see I was lit from above as well. So there was a lot of light sort of popping me off the background there. It's just so much nicer than just glaring bright white lights like poof, headlights in your face. And it got, it definitely, as Kev said in the session we had with him, it definitely played a part. It was the first thing you noticed. So the first thing that I noticed was, that your lighting was great. Yeah, thanks, Alex. So Alex has posted a link to a self-tape kit list that we have. I'm going to update this, Ison. So yeah, actonthis.tv/self-tape. A lot of the kit we use there is in that list, but I'm going to update it because there's a few bits now that, that we can sort of change up a little bit. There's a couple of things I'm going to take off that list as well that I don't think are necessary, that are it's a bit overpriced. Not overpriced, but aren't needed. So have a look at that, explore that list, actonthis.tv/self-tape. Have a look at that, but don't necessarily, treat it like it's the Bible. I will put an updated version out of that soon. Samantha says, love the way you try stuff ad hoc. could all go. You got to just give it a go, Samantha. It could all go terribly wrong, but no, at least we sorted that out. But yeah, it's just nice, subtle things that you can do to really stand out. And it does. I watch a lot of self tapes. Obviously, a load of people send me their self tapes to look at. I tape with a lot of people as well. I'll read in for them and help other actors do their self tapes. And I don't see a lot of people really putting that that kind of thought into that. And it is just that little extra thing I think that can make you stand out. Obviously, the most important thing is your performance. I'm not saying that at all. Don't focus so much on your lighting that you don't learn your lines. You've got no idea what you're doing. I mean, that would be ridiculous. But when you get used to setting this kit up, you can really get this sorted within 10 minutes. It's not something that takes loads of time. So what I might do is not going to give you any spoilers on the overhead lights at all, Alex. No, I'm not doing it. Because I don't know if it's going to be the final thing that there's a few other things we're going to test out. Color temperatures and stuff. There's a few things we want to look at. And then also, as I say, I want to show people how to grade on this program as well. So like a little bit of color grading. And we can even, if people want to learn about how to just compress files, because that's something that I think a lot of actors struggle with as well. I noticed I did a tape for Hollyoaks last week. Really good role, actually. I hope I get that. I mean, I've not heard anything, and it's Monday night, so maybe the dream's over. I taped for it had to be in for 3 p.m. on Thursday. So I don't know, maybe I'm still in the mix. But I noticed that they wouldn't accept self-tapes over 75 megabytes. Now, I'm shooting on a decent DSLR camera at 1080p. You don't need to shoot in 4K or anything like that. It's completely unnecessary. Your showreels are going to be, your self-tapes, are going to be watched on computer screens and phones. You don't need it to be 4K. That would be a big file as well. But even a 1080p file for a few minutes could be well over 75 meg. So a lot of people, are like, how do I compress a file to make it smaller without losing quality of the image? I can teach you how to do all of that as well. And then some people don't even know how to WeTransfer files across or Dropbox stuff across if people are really, technophobic. We can include that in the program as well. I just want to make it almost sort of like just a self-tape 101. Like I say, nothing to do with acting. I'm not going to teach you how to act, but just to do with, listen, this is how you're going to, stand out and have a great looking self-tape. That's what the course is going to be called. So I might create a waiting list page. I'll put that out maybe this week, and people can get on the waiting list. And then maybe you guys will get access to the beta version of the program as we're developing it. You might get like a discount or something whilst we're making it better and better. Let's dive into the comments here. Samantha says, I've got a question about using self-tapes to demonstrate your acting and posting to social media. Are there any do's and don'ts here in terms of content? Can you use writer's room stuff, or should you write your own? I'm worried about copyright when using on socials. So the only real do's and don'ts, Samantha, are if say that self-tape, I did that self-tape at Hollyoaks last week, right? That storyline's embargoed. If I put that out now before it's been cast and before it's been shot, and I give away a storyline of a major UK serial drama, I'm never going to get to audition for that, for that company again. So anything that's NDA'd or anything that, is a recent self-tape, anything that hasn't aired, even if it's been cast and filmed but it's not come out yet, if you didn't get the part, or even if you did, don't put the tape out. In terms of the BBC Writers' Room, they do have a copyright notice there, but it's really copyright's an interesting area. I've looked into this loads. Around acting, there's something called the Fair Use Doctrine. It's got a slightly different name, I think, in the UK. I think the American version is the Fair Use Doctrine, but they cover the same sort of stuff. And basically, what fair use is one of the parts of it is that if you're going to use something that's copyrighted, you use it in a transformative nature. So originally, if you get a script from the BBC Writers' Room, the original purpose of that script was, to be shot as a TV programme and to be aired on TV, ultimately for profit. So whether that's, the BBC getting our license fees, or if it was a show for Netflix and they've sold it and they've earned money, and, the point of it was for entertainment and profit, effectively. That was why they created that show. If you take a script, and just a part of a script as well, so, maybe 60 seconds of a scene, and you shoot that as a self-tape, the purpose of that is very, very different. It's transformative in nature. One, it's not in the original format. You're not trying to recreate the scene with all the bells and whistles the scene had initially. Two, really, the purpose of it is not for entertainment. It's to showcase your ability. So it's almost a documentary of you as an actor. It's almost documenting your talent. So that in itself, you could argue, is transformative by its very nature. I've never seen anybody challenge. I mean, how many people sing a cover of a song and they put it on YouTube? No one's going after them going, oh, Mariah Carey did that song and wants some royalties for your acoustic cover that you did. If you're doing a really good job of a writer's work as well, if you're not, you're not using it to slag it off, are you? You're using it to do a great performance with. People are just going to be like impressed by that and happy that you've done it. You can, and I've seen lots of people do this. You can obviously find the name of the writer on the script if you use the BBC Writers' Room script. And I've seen people tweet the writer and say, "Hey, love this episode you wrote. Would love to shoot a scene, to just put out there, just to show my acting chops, and to put on my spotlight. Is that cool?" And I've seen it multiple times where they've gone, "Yeah, absolutely fine. Would love to see people doing that." So I don't think you've really got an issue if your intention is pure, basically. So, I always find that if you do get a script from the BBC Writers' Room, you'll probably want to change bits of it. Anyway, Samantha, you might want to change character names so it's not as obvious what it's from. If you downloaded a Casualty script, you probably don't want to use the names Charlie and all the famous characters within it. Same for, Corrie, if you downloaded any scripts for that. Well, that's not BBC, is it? But, if you got hold of a Corrie script or something like that. But you'll find dozens and dozens of scripts from the best dramas in the world on BBC Writers' Room, all for free. And it's great just to download the scripts as well and learn them to practice your muscle memory of learning lines quickly, to help you shoot self-tapes, putting your kit up, stripping your kit down quickly. I think people should be shooting tapes regularly, even if they're not real ones, for for auditions, just like you say, for the purpose of putting stuff out on social media, having stuff on your spotlight that shows you in a different light. I think it's a really good idea, but yeah, don't get too hung up on copyright. Change a few bits around. If you can give the writer credit when you put that tweet out, do that. I think if your intention is pure and you're doing a good performance, people are just going to applaud you for it, not like come after you for some sort of royalties or what have you. Right, let's see what else is going down here. Loads of comments. Right, where are we? Alex says, I loved it when Babu was saying about this. So Babu was a guest, Babu Cisse, BAFTA-nominated actor. We had an act on this a while ago, but his session is in the members area right now, one of the best we've ever done. And Alex says he loved it when Babu said, you're going to be downloading my tape a little longer. I have a good camera because I want to look good. It's true. Babu was one for breaking the rules. But you don't need to. If you understand tech, I can show you how you can compress your files. So, you'll always fall under that like 7,500 meg limit that sometimes casting directors will put on tapes that they want to receive through. I understand why they do that, because sometimes people who really have no clue what they're doing and they are shooting in 4K, you can end up with over a gigabyte per minute. It's like, it means if you're shooting 3-4 minutes of tape, you're expecting me to download a 4 gig file. That's just insane. Like, especially on the internet I have in this apartment, it's terrible. But we can help you with that, definitely. Nick said the last 2 tapes he sent off with 720p. They seem to look okay. 720p would be fine as well, Nick. They're still high definition, mate. Definitely. It's Matt uses WeTransfer, he says. I love seeing actors performing my writing, says Andrea. Yeah, Andrea's a writer. You wouldn't mind, would you, if an actor put a self-tape out of your stuff if they were good? I'm sure you'd be cool with that. But yeah, the fair use doctrine is there to sort of protect both parties. Obviously the original copyright owner, but then people who are going to use that material in a creative and transformative way. That's the key thing. I've had lots of times where I've uploaded my showreel to YouTube, and it's got obviously loads of TV scenes on it from stuff I've been in. And YouTube have instantly made copyright claims on multiple things within my reel, and I just appeal the copyright claim with the fair use doctrine. I quote the article number, it's like 13 point whatever, just quoting that this is transformative in nature, and I am the actor within the scenes documenting my career. This isn't meant for entertainment. This is meant as a documentary, basically, of my ability for the acting industry and within my work in a professional capacity. And instantly, normally within 24 hours, they lift the ban. And then it's no longer got a copyright block on it. If anyone needs any help with that, I can help you with that as well. If you've ever had anything, with a copyright infringement on it on YouTube. Right. What else was I saying? So yeah, that's great looking self tapes. I'll create a waiting list page, and maybe I'll just let 10 people in or so initially. We'll create a version of the program. You can go through it, give me your feedback, see what we need to change, and for doing that, I'll let those initial people get a bit of a discount on it, just for sort of being the guinea pigs. But I really want to do it. It's something that like I'm really passionate about. I never want to do like workshops and acting classes and all this stuff. There's so many things that I know I could offer the audience that acts on this, because we've got a really big audience. But for me to create a product, I've got to really care about it, and that's something that I really know we're good at, and I really care about, and I'm positive it makes a difference. Even just for you feeling confident sending tapes off, you'll be buzzing, going, "Yes, right, I'm really happy to send this off," as opposed to, "Oh, I don't know if my background looks all right," or, "Oh, I'm not sure about my audio." We're going to make it so that your tapes are banging. So, next up on the list. Next up on the list was just something that came up in Table Talk. Let me play the trailer out for Table Talk now we've waited a little bit. Hopefully, I'm not going to get banned again. I'm going to play this out, and hopefully, I will still be streaming at the end of it. But this podcast is dropping on Thursday morning, 10 a.m. All members of ActsOnThis.tv, it will appear in your members area at the top of the top 5, like latest 5 features section. I love doing these. And let me know if you want more content like this as well. I think sometimes I put pressure on myself that I'm like, I have to just bring guests and guests and guests and guests and guests. Petch said this to me. Sometimes I don't think we give ourselves credit. We all probably do this. You lot will not give yourself credit for certain things. I've spoken, I honestly reckon, more than any other actor in the industry to other people within the industry, and like casting directors, agents, actors, writers, producers. I've spoken over 40,000 hours. I've created nearly 1,000. It'll be getting on at the end of this year for 1,000 interviews with the biggest names in the business. There's so much that I can answer and can help you guys with. That's why I love doing Table Talks. That's where we talk about all of this sort of stuff, and we do Act on This Answers as well, which is a big Q&A that we do where you can ask me any questions you want. But maybe you want, I don't know, more of this sort of content, or I want to do some of this stuff live, in person, where maybe we'd hire out a theatre and we'd have a panel event and just a massive live podcast / Q&A recording that everybody can be involved in. Let me know if you're up for some of that. This is Table Talk. Hopefully it's not going to cut me off. 10 a.m. Thursday morning, you'll get access to the full 2-hour chat. Petch, welcome to the kitchen. It's the end of Q1 2024. A lot has gone on. It's time to have a table talk. What are we going to be talking about, Petch? How about Spotlight, self-tapes, and scandal?
So what's one lesson you would say that you've learnt, act on this wise, business-wise, from Q1?
How important mindset is. Actors still put acting classes and the craft first, where, in my opinion, it all starts up here.
After The Flood has come out.
Yep.
Fool Me Once has come out.
Yep.
Corrie has come out.
Yep.
Wreck is coming out this month.
26th of March.
Toxic Town is about to come out.
Probably summertime, maybe, yeah.
Like, you're not off our TV screens all Q1.
Don't focus on it, just focus on the next opportunity, And it's lovely when they all come out, but, you've still got to be focusing on what you're doing next.
There's been a lot of scandal.
A lot of scandal around that agency in terms of giving people completely fake self-tapes. So a client would be like, "Oh, I've not had a tape for a while," and they would go, "Right, here you go. Oh, this is just coming for you," and it wasn't real.
I saw a lot of hate thrown at Spotlight, and I don't know if this is just coming off the back of their 2-tier system.
I would be intrigued to know how many people kicking off about not having the mental health app, when it was going to be a paid upgrade. And I would love to know how many of those people have now downloaded it. Now it's free, because I bet it's hardly any.
Peter Hunt came on and said, in Hollyoaks, if you did 14 words, you would get paid £1,000.
Yes. You have just paid for a year's Act on This membership, a year's Spotlight membership, your headshots for 2 years, your show reel, and your equity.
What is the one thing you want all actors to take away from this?
We've got 3/4 of this year left. Don't quit now. Boom, full. I think it's about two and a quarter hours almost, that chat. That's going to be dropping, like I say, Thursday morning, 10 a.m. We do cover a lot of stuff head on. I do go on a lot of rants in that. I probably sound a bit boisterous and aggressive at times. I mean everything that I say in that chat with love and positivity. If you disagree with me, it is absolutely fine. I would like you to leave a comment in the members area as well underneath that if there's things that I say in that that you don't agree with. I don't think I'm always right, but I just want to put sort of how I feel about a lot of the things in the industry out there and just see if people do agree. But it's a good one. We talk all about, as I say, that agent scandal, all about the shit Spotlight got. This is something I wanted to say. I said it in that. When Spotlight were going to put the price of membership up and include a few extra things, so many actors kicked off about it and were really quite horrible to Spotlight about it. I think they didn't realise there were human beings behind that organisation that worked there as well. And they acknowledged that they'd maybe made a mistake, and they said, right, you know, we're not going to put the price up or anything. And actually, some of the stuff we were going to charge you for, we're going to give you now for free. As I said there, not a single person I saw, bar Petch, put a tweet out actually saying, well done, Spotlight. Well done for changing your mind. Well done for, you know, listening to our feedback. Well done for not putting the price up, and well done for giving us this stuff for free. I did see a few people just putting tweets out like, too little, too late. I'm like, oh my God, you're just never satisfied. Should we have a look into your life and see if you ever made a mistake? Like, people are human. They make decisions and they're not the best decisions. It doesn't define them as a person. But what I wanted to hammer home is I hope all the people who were complaining about, particularly the mental health app, they were giving some mental health support for actors in that higher price plan that never materialised. They've given that mental health app now to every single member of Spotlight for free. And like I was saying there, I bet hardly anybody's downloaded it. All the people kicking off, I think, just wanted something to kick off about. They weren't that bothered about it. They just, you know, I get it. People were feeling bad, and when people are feeling bad, they want to hurt people. So it was something to complain about. But go and get it because it is quite good. I've been using it. It's called Health Assured. Is the app, and when you download it, it's called Wisdom, which is the app that you end up with. And you just, if you log into your Spotlight, I wonder if I can't show it on stream because it's public. Then it is only for Spotlight members. Log into your Spotlight. On the homepage, when you log in, if you scroll down, they've not done a good job of letting you know about this, but if you scroll down, you'll see a mental health and well-being little section, and in it, you'll see a blue code. It starts with MH. I won't say the rest of it. And then when you go and search on the App Store for this app, Health Assured, you type in the code, and it will give you access to everything for free then once you've got your Spotlight code. You type in this code, it'll say, okay, that's a talent system Spotlight code. You get access to this for nothing. And it's really cool. It's got loads of stuff in there. Like it links with your health app on your iPhone if you use iPhone, so it even tracks like your steps, your sleep, water intake. There's loads of meditations on there, like, you know, mindset stuff. It's free. Use it. Make sure you are using that, because a lot of people kicked off about it. That they really wanted it, and I don't think that many people will have actually gone and got it. Now they have got it for free. Let me know though. Again, I could be completely wrong. You might have all gone out and got it, but do definitely go and get it, and send Spotlight a message and just say cheers for this, because I know people who work there, and I know that a few people who work there, because remember, like, you know, the people who work there on the ground, on the shop floor, so to speak, they weren't the people who were making those decisions about whether they put the price up or not. They're just lovely human beings in the creative industry. And I know a few of them who were like, God, like I was afraid to go on social media because people were, you know, actually atting them, you know, kicking off about this sort of stuff. And it's like, that's not very nice, is it? So I know it would mean the world if you tweeted them and said, you know, nice one, you know, good on you for giving us this for free, because they didn't have to, but they listened, and that's good feedback. So, yeah, do that, but get it. It's a good app. It's completely free of charge as well. Indy says there's been a lot of scandal, that's for sure. We don't dive into it too much. I don't like name any names or anything, but there has been a lot of scandal. How is everyone feeling, just like in general? Because I do think that all of that echo chamber of negativity and hate for that time it was around, probably about, it spanned probably a month, didn't it? I do think I saw it bringing people's spirits down if they weren't conscious and they weren't sort of careful. A lot of people in our community, you know, were very much, you know, as Acts on This members, you know, very much sort of focusing on the glass half full and being solutions focused and solving issues. But I know a lot of actors who probably might not have got off to the best start this year, and seeing all that will be like, oh god, well, what's the point in even carrying on? And like I said in that Table Talk trailer there, we're only one quarter down. Don't give up now. 3 quarters of the year left. I love it when we get to the last quarter of the year, and I'm like, you can still win now. You can, you know, if quarters 1, 2, and 3 were losing quarters, you still have time to pull it back in that, you know, final quarter of the year, October, November, and December, because so few people bother. loads of people start dropping out and just partying and Christmas parties and all this sort of stuff. Whereas I'm like, come on, let's go. Let's get ahead of the pack. So yeah, how are you feeling? I'd love to know. Let me know how you're feeling. Just saw your comment there, Nick, where it says Ross's reactions are being on TV all the time. You see me, I start smiling, I'm going to say something, and then in the trailer it cuts to something else. I noticed that as well, Nick. I was like, Petch, it looks like a bit of a mental cut, but we kept it in anyway. Di says, what are you saying, Di? I think I said thanks on Twitter and X. Oh, you call it Twix? That's a good thing, isn't it? Because I either call it Twitter, and then when I remember, I call it X, formerly Twitter, but Twix. Why don't they just call it Twix? That'd be better. I used to love a Twix as well. I grew up in a sweet shop, you know. My mum and dad owned a sweet shop, by the way. Don't know if you know that. Twix was definitely in the top 3 chocolate bars as a child. Natalie says, what annoyed me was that Spotlight management threw their social media team to the walls. Yes, Nat, I agree. It was Mel Brown, bless her, and the social media team took so much shit for the decisions that probably one person in America made. I don't even know if it was anyone over here, Nat. But yeah, I did think, come on, we can do better than this. Like, you know, I get it, it's a company, but it's not as big a company as people imagine. There's only 50 people work there. And also, I don't think, and we dive into it in this table talk as well, I don't think people realise, like, how much, I know Spotlight make a lot of money, but we break down almost sort of like profits and losses in a business in this podcast, because I was like, there was numbers bandied around of like £1.5 million a month they're making when it was all kicking off. And anyone who owns a business, even if they are turning over £1.5 million a month, will know that that is absolutely nowhere near the profit they are making. They might be making profit-wise a third of that. And I know that's still a shed load of money. But it's a huge, you know, American company who own it now. The people in the UK who are running it, they're not making that money. Mel Brown is not taking home 500 grand a month as a Spotlight success manager. And she's one of the loveliest people I've ever met in the industry. She's so kind and nice. So yeah, I agree with you. They were thrown to the wolves a little bit there. If people are here, if you're not a member of actsonthis.tv and you want to see a little bit of what we do, I actually put that session we held with Mel Brown from Spotlight out for free, by the way, for a limited time. If you go to actonthis.tv/spotlight, you can get access to a 2.5-hour deep dive into how to make your Spotlight profile absolutely banging, completely FOC, free of charge. I will be taking it down soon, though. It'll just go back in the members area just for members. But for now, because I wanted to help Spotlight redeem, you know, a little bit of positivity, I said to Mel, I'll put that out, you know, for everybody to watch. And you can just see how nice she is, and she's so helpful. But yeah, I agree, Nat. That was an interesting one. It was like, oops, we've made this mistake. Let all the social media team take the flak for it. Samantha says, some of my clients use Health Assured for their members. It's got so much great content, definitely worth exploring. Nice one, Samantha. It is. I only got it recently. Obviously, it's only come out recently. It's for free for Spotlight members, but it is good, and it's totally free for you folks. So definitely get on it. What else have we got in the chat? The comments are going by quite quick. I didn't even know about it, said Alex. There you go, Alex. There you go. That's why you joined these little Monday Night Lives. You just got yourself a free app there. Samantha says, I'm not on Spotlight yet, so I can't get it. Samantha, our goal for this year is to get your TV jobs, but goal for Q2, let's get you on Spotlight. We only need to get you signed with a decent agent who's already registered on Spotlight, and they can put you on literally the same day. So we'll make sure that happens. Natalie says, I love that so many people reached out to those actors who were affected by it, but it was really shocking. Oh, you're talking about the scandal. You're talking about the agent scandal. Yeah. But if we're not, what I found though, if we're not careful, a lot of actors, and I mean this with love, and it's probably unpopular, but a lot of actors who were nothing to do with it and have got great agents and are happy with their agent, they ended up wasting so much of their time jumping on to all of these threads. And I saw other agents do it as well. Lots of agents who I'm like, just sort of focus on your agency. Like, because I'm seeing you spending 8 hours on Twitter bashing a couple of other agents, and they're really getting involved. I mean, like, probably over a dozen tweets a day. And if I was one of their clients, I'd be like, why are you not, like, looking at my career? Why are you just bashing these agents? So I think whenever there's negativity, it's like a car crash, isn't it? Everybody wants to slow down and look at it out of curiosity, but it's not always the most beneficial thing for people to do. So there was a huge echo chamber of negativity. I think a lot of actors ended up depressing themselves for no reason. Those people who were directly affected, heart goes out to them massively, and especially the ones who lost money. Some of the stories, there was a guy called Luke Wantler who had really been screwed over by that agent. That was the first agent that came out as totally scandalous. And he's lost money, like some serious money. And like people like that, they need to focus on that, and hopefully they'll fight for that and get that back. But everybody else, let's focus on making positivity louder, and helping those people find good agents. Because my point in Table Talk is that I believe, honestly, 99% of humans are great, really, really good people. 1%, unfortunately, aren't, and they make more noise sometimes than the 99%. So it can make you feel that, there's just crooks everywhere. But there isn't, honestly. Like, you have to have just a level of trust in this industry and life, You can't walk down the street thinking everybody's going to attack you. Yes, you will get somebody who has that experience where they go out in the street and they get attacked. But, 99% of the time, human beings are good. We've had the ability... I mean, God, we're getting closer to it now, aren't we, again? But we've had the ability to end the world multiple times over for the last 65 years. We've had nuclear weapons since the 60s, haven't we? Something like that. Even with the most megalomaniac, crazy people in the world at the top of governments, no one's used them yet. So 99% of human beings are good. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in the world at the moment, but... it's a bit crazy, isn't it? But the majority of people that I meet anyway, especially in this industry, are really kind-hearted people. So we just got to focus on that and then focus on being those people as well. Samantha says, my first quarter has been fab. Was just planning the next 3 months today. That reminds me, do we have a March challenge, Ross? Do you know what, Samantha? I have messed up. I normally set challenges in the Acts on This community hub. Let me show you for those people who don't know. Because, what I'm going to do... I'm going to set a challenge it'll be like just for the last 2 weeks of March now. But if I go over to the web, people who aren't members of Acts on This is something else you get if you're a member. This itself is worth the membership, really, in terms of the support that you would get. You get access to the Acts on This community hub here. And inside this is like basically works similar to a Facebook group, but it's not on Facebook. It's on our site. It's completely private, just for members. It's amazing, really. It's got like a feed with circles in it for all different areas of the industry. I mean, people are on this all day, every day, posting stuff. But then we've got this challenge section here. And I set challenges normally for people. And you can win, it's just a bit of fun. You can win a £20 Amazon gift card if you have the most popular answer to the challenge. So last month was Fall Back in Love February because it was Valentine's Day. I wanted to know why actors fell in love with acting in the first place. Before that, One Thing for January. I wanted to know what there was the one thing you absolutely were going to get sorted in your acting career in January for the new year. I haven't set a challenge for March, Samantha. I was so busy with Bulletproof Actor and all the other stuff that we've had going on just in general in the Acts on This community that I didn't set one. So I will do. I'll sort that out. March Madness. I'm trying to think of... has to begin with them. What should we do for the challenge? Give me some suggestions in the chat now. Meetup-wise, we've got Rapid Fire Friday happening in the live room here. The live room's had a software update as well. This is like Zoom, but away from Zoom. I shouldn't even compare it to these things. It's better. It's like Facebook, but not on Facebook. It's like Zoom, but not on Zoom. This is just custom, proprietary, best community in the acting industry, full stop. There's a live room there that you can jump into without installing any software on your computer or your smartphone and have live video conversations with us. So the Rapid Fire Friday will be taking place, not this Friday, is it? It's next Friday, that. And then I'll also put the meetups in here as well, because we'll have a meetup on the first weekend of April in that live room as well. So I'll post that tomorrow. I will catch up as soon as I can with all that. Samantha, it's just been crazy, hasn't it? This first quarter, we talk about it in that table talk. This first quarter has been the busiest quarter, I think, of Acts on This ever, with the amount of stuff that we've been putting together. Jenya says it's good. Something about the positivity being good. Always good to be positive, Jenya. It's what you've got to try and be. And it's hard sometimes. It is hard. It's easy to be happy and positive when everything's going well. It's when it's not that it's tough, but it's when it's not that it's really important to still dig deep and be positive. Andrew says some of the things I'm planning are for 2025. Never give up. Best things come to those who wait. I've been working on this since 2021 as well. I know it takes time, and every day forward is extremely exciting. I've walked such a long way. So Andrew's writing her own police drama, right, Andrew? I think it is. And you've come like so far with that in terms of finishing writing it and casting it and. Yeah, I've seen you put the work into that. It's, very well deserved any success you're having with that. Tudor's bigging up Mel Brown from Spotlight. Yeah, Mel's great. Really, it's really, really good. But yeah, actonthis.tv/spotlight if you want to get that session with Spotlight for free. And Alex says I should be the PM. Definitely should be, Alex. Can you imagine that? Imagine if I just said, right, I'm sacking off being an actor. I'm going to be doing an Arnold Schwarzenegger and I'm going to be a politician. I don't think I'd have the patience, though. I don't know if I could do it. I'd get a bit angry at people, I think. I'd want to change laws, like, instantly and stuff. I wouldn't be able to, like, wait for legislation and things. I'd be like, right, this is all going to change now. This is what we're doing. Alex, you've got a great one there. That's what we're going to do. March Madness. What's the craziest things you've had to do in an audition? Let me know here if you're live. Oh, we're already past 10 o'clock. I'm going to stay on for a couple of minutes, though. What is the craziest things you've had to do in an audition? Mine, one of the ones that I had to do, once there was a fake brand of Red Bull called Red Cougar. I don't know where it was from. It might have been Australia or something. It was a commercial advert. And I got in there. I was like, right, okay, what are we doing? I expected you'd have to just open a can of Red Cougar and have a sip. Nope. You had to open a can of Red Cougar, have a sip, and then you had to run around the room as a monkey. I think it might have been a monkey on the front of the can or something, shouting, Red Cougar, Red Cougar. I didn't get the job. I don't know if anyone got the job because I never, ever saw that TV advert on TV. It might have all been a massive wind-up. But that was absolutely ridiculous. I had to fall asleep in an audition once and I got it. Got the part. It was for a bed company. Honestly, I was like, what is the point in auditioning anybody? Come in. Yeah, if you want to come in. Yeah, come in twos. Okay, yeah, if you two come together. So I'll come in with this actress. If you just want to sit there. Okay, and yeah, so this is a bed commercial. If you just want to just lean on each other and just fall asleep. Not even joking. I'm not even kidding you. My audition was this. Honestly, literally was this. I folded my arms. You can't see them, but I did this. That. I didn't do anything else. Got the job, $3,500. I had to sit on a bed, pretend I was asleep with my make-believe wife. That's what I love about this industry. Not make-believe wives, just I love that as well. But $3,500 for falling asleep on a bed, literally ridiculous. So yeah, Alex, that's a good one. We're gonna do that for sure. What else? Let's have a look. So I want to know what people's craziest auditions were. Someone told me to be more orange for a short film. No idea what that meant. Fake tan, Andrea. It means a bit of fake tan, innit? When I used to go out back in the day in town, there was a lot of fake tan knocking around. It was interesting. See an awful lot of orange hands in some of the bars in Manchester. Not mine, thankfully, but yeah. Just if you want to be more orange. Who remembers the Tango advert? You've Been Tango, where that guy clapped on that other guy's face and they had to rewind it. It was like a Geordie, wasn't it? Like, I'm just going to rewind it now. Have a look. And he comes in and he's been tangoed. And it's like, smashed him in the face. And then that created this whole viral thing where kids in playgrounds were smashing each other in the face and assaults were taking place because it was all kicking off. Terrible advert. Just wrecked the country. But quite funny when you watch the advert, not in real life. I had to pretend to sleep on a goat. I had to pretend to sleep on a goat for a hotel advert. It put me on the industry for the next 20 years. Very interesting. I don't know what hotel uses goats as beds, Samantha, but there's someone needs to have a look into that. Doesn't sound quite right, that. And I had a recall for a Tango advert last week. No freaking way. Tango's coming back. Tango is pretty good, though. Not had a Tango for a while, but Fanta in it now. I've not seen Tango Orange for years. Right. Did I have anything else on my list? It's 6 minutes past 10. I've run well over. No, I just really was it. The only thing on my list was really how's everyone feeling, basically. And hopefully you're feeling pretty pumped. It's Monday. If you've not been feeling great, let's just get optimistic about what could happen this week. It's only Monday night. Got another 4 days of the week left yet. One email could come in that could change your career. One phone call from your agent. One phone call to an agent. One email to an agent. One tweet to someone you don't know. One conversation with somebody that you've never met before can change the trajectory of not just your career, but your entire life this week. So maybe if you've been looking for a sign to do something differently, this has been it. Do go and do something extra this week that had you not listened to this tonight or whenever you listen to it, you wouldn't have done. I would love you to do that, and I would love something amazing to happen in your life that wasn't going to happen had you not listened to this. But in a way, if you have listened to this, I feel you were always meant to listen to this. So in a way, it was always going to happen. So good on you. Hopefully great things happen to you this week. And it was always going to happen. Indy just said, just come in, self-tape request. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Live on the call, he's got a self-tape request. I love that. And Nick said he just had to sit and look shocked in a few different ways in an audition once. What's your shocked face, Nick? I'll do it now. Would I have got the job? Ison's feeling okay. Ison, thanks for joining us tonight as well. I know this is your first live stream. Yeah, we do this every Monday. And if you're an actor, Ison, and you want to learn how to get more work on TV, you want to earn more money from your career, actonthis.tv/live. Get over and check the schedule out. Get a membership. You'll get invited to Zoom calls every single week, more or less, with the biggest casting directors, agents, actors, writers, directors, and producers in TV, helping you push your career forward faster. And there's 140 recordings of those already in the members area that you would get instant access to, plus the community, all the support off all us lot. Ask questions whenever you like in the community hub there. Meet us on live broadcasts, meet us in meetups in the live room, take part in challenges. If you just want to feel supported, basically, that goes for anybody here who's like, I'm trying to pursue an acting career, and none of my mates are into it. My family aren't that supportive because they don't know much about it. If you just want direction and support, literally 24/7, come and get involved. actonthis.tv. Get a membership, £6.75 a week, the cheapest membership and the most value pack membership in the land. Stop paying £60 to go and do a 2-minute monologue in front of a director who just is just basically there because he's being paid to be there, or they're being paid to be there. Come and learn how to take control of your acting career, yourself. There's so much you can do, literally from the comfort of your own home, on your phone. You know, shooting self-tapes, sending them out via email to the people in the industry that, you know, want to buy you as a product. Bish, bash, bosh, get an audition, land the job, ching, ching, cashing out. Right, I'm going to go. I'm going to play the trailer out for Table Talk again, but I'm just going to just check nothing else has come up in the chat here. Samantha's got to check out Andrea's website. Check out the police drama. Thanks, Ison. Thanks for being here, mate. Appreciate that. I nailed Nick's shock face there. Yep. Probably would have got the part, Nick. And Samantha says, thanks again for your positive energy and good vibes. All about the good vibes. Thank you for bringing good vibes, folks. I'd have no one to give good vibes to if you didn't turn up, so appreciate it. I know it's 10:10 on a Monday night, and you probably could be watching Netflix and doing all the other stuff that's not watching me, so appreciate you chose to spend this time. And keep an eye out for this Thursday morning, 10 a.m. in the members area. If I can help anybody, drop me an email, ross@actonthis.tv, and I'll catch up with you very soon. Love to see you all. Have an amazing week. Until next time, bye for now. Petch, welcome to the kitchen. It's the end of Q1 2024. A lot has gone on. It's time to have a table talk. What are we going to be talking about, Petch? How about Spotlight, self-tapes, and scandal?
So what's one lesson you would say that you've learnt, act on this wise, business-wise, from Q1?
How important mindset is. Actors still put acting classes and the craft first, where, in my opinion, it all starts up here.
After the Flood has come out.
Yep.
Fool Me Once has come out.
Yep.
Corrie has come out.
Yep.
Wreck is coming out this month.
26th of March.
Toxic Town is about to come out.
Probably summertime, maybe, yeah.
Like, you're not off our TV screens all Q1.
Don't focus on it, just focus on the next opportunity, and it's lovely when they all come out, but you've still got to be focusing on what you're doing next.
There's been a lot of scandal
around that agency in terms of giving people completely fake self-tapes. So a client would be like, I've not had a tape for a while, and they would go, right, here you go, this is just coming for you, and it wasn't real.
I saw a lot of hate thrown at Spotlight, and I don't know if this is just coming off the back of their 2-tier system.
I would be intrigued to know how many people kicking off about not having the mental health app, when it was going to be a paid upgrade. And I would love to know how many of those people have now downloaded it, now it's free, because I bet it's hardly any.
Peter Hunt came on and said, in Hollyoaks, if you did 14 words, you would get paid £1,000.
Yes. You have just paid for a year's Act on This membership, a year's Spotlight membership, your headshots for 2 years, your show reel, and your equity.
What is the one thing you want all actors to take away from this?
We've got 3/4 of this year left. Don't quit now.